Hey Nerd Family, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Fitpulse massage gun. But before we jump in, let's go ahead and roll that intro, and I'll see you guys when you come back. Hey guys, so I just wanted to jump in here real quick before the video starts and just let you guys know that I've been sitting on this video for a little bit because as I sat down to go edit it, I realized that there was a lot of problems. I made this video too quick and didn't do some of the precautions I did before I usually film a video. So unfortunately I didn't check my framing and I'm way out of frame. You can barely see the top half of my head. And I did not check my audio levels, so the audio is going to be really poor. I can probably fix that as I'm editing. I can turn it up a little bit. It's just going to make it louder, but the audio is still going to be really horrible. And I can't unfortunately fix the framing because I'm out of frame. I can't add more to it. So I kind of sat on it for a little bit wondering if I wanted to refilm it, but then it wouldn't be as realistic. So I decided I'm not going to refilm it. I'm just going to be putting this video in front of it to kind of let you guys know it's going to be really bad, but hopefully it's still salvageable. If you guys would like to see an update review video of me using the Fitpulse for a little bit more time now, then I can definitely recreate it and I will make sure it comes out a lot better than this one did. I am now going to be using my new camera going forward and some new audio sources, and I'll also make sure to just check things ahead of time before filming that everything is good, so the next one won't come out as bad as this one. But I hope you guys can make it through it. I hope there's some good information in it for you. Let me know in the comments down below, and hopefully the next one will be better for you. Thanks guys. Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Fitpulse massage gun. If you didn't see the unboxing, you guys can go watch that video first. I unboxed the product. Today's going to be the review. So we're going to go ahead and jump in on the review on this. So as I mentioned in the unboxing video, it comes in this very nice case. So very sturdy case. You have the mesh lining up in the top here, and you have your compartments for all your different items. So if you want to see more on that, you can watch the unboxing video. Today we're going to dive in here. So it's got some good weight to it. I like that it's got a very rubberized ergonomic handle, and it fits well in my hands, so any average size man's hands. My wife did want me to mention that it was a little bit big and bulky for her hands. She said that she had to kind of hold like this on it, but it's not too heavy, but she did say the weight was a little heavier than she thought. I thought it's a little bit lighter for what it is, so I think it just comes down to someone that's smaller and has smaller hands may think it's a bit bigger and bulkier, but I think it's the perfect size. You do have your spot to plug it in down the bottom here, as well as your on-off power switch there. So that on-off power is just going to actually turn the device on or off. You're going to have your screen on the back here, which is going to give you your speeds as well as how much time is left. You will get a full 6 hours out of this unit here. And then the front is where you're going to plug in your different items here. So just as an example, say you got this one here. You're going to pop it out, and you're going to just give it a good push there. It's going to go right in. And then if you want to take it out, kind of pull and give it a little bit of a twist because it's got a little rubber grommet that locks them in place there. And then you would switch to a different one. So I'll show you guys here. Pop it in. Now you're going to have one button on the back. It's that little power button. That's going to be how you control the speed. The one downside to this versus some of the other ones I've seen is it doesn't have like a plus and a minus to go up and down in speed. So I wish that it had that, but that's just a little nitpicking there. If you pick a certain speed and maybe you push one too many and you go over it, you'd have to turn it back off and turn it back on, or keep going past that speed until you get back to the beginning again. So it could be a little bit of an annoyance, but not horrible. Now this does go up to 30 speeds. Some of them out there range in their speeds that they go to. This goes to 30. I will say that most cases, for my wife and I, we kind of tapped out before we hit to that 30. Depending on what attachment we were using and what body part we were massaging, we either tapped out around 15 or 20 for her, and I was about 20, 25. There's a couple muscle groups that I could do with 30, but I did tap out before that. But it is nice that it has that full range, so maybe after using it for a little bit and kind of getting comfortable with it, we can maybe go to that 30. But kind of show you guys the sound of it. You may or may not get the full audio-ness of it, but it doesn't go too loud. Even at 30, it's louder, but it's not obnoxiously loud. So I can try to show you guys that. But again, you're just going to tap this once, and it's going to go to speed 1. So that, you're going to have speed 1. And then we'll keep tapping it as we go through the speeds here. Alright, so we have now hit speed 30. So you can see it's definitely got some noise to it, but it's not that loud. I can talk over it. You should hopefully still be able to hear me. And I can't really do this right, but... and that's it. Now, of course, they give you some extra directions on how long you're supposed to massage for, how long you're supposed to stay in certain muscle groups, things like that. But all in all, I mean, it's a pretty great device. Like I said, I like the build quality. They definitely did the build quality very well. And then I like how when you're done with it, you have a nice case you can pack it all back up into. So definitely a very useful item. Now, I was checking around before I made this video. So the cheapest one I saw on Amazon was $79.99. And they went up in price. I think $300 was the most expensive one that I saw. And I did check back, and I would have paid $132. So it is a little bit on the pricier end, but I wonder what the craftsmanship and quality and everything is on the cheaper ones. I don't know, you may have to kind of read some reviews on those. But some of the differences I did notice, and I mentioned one of them already, is that I think the $79.99 one does have a plus and a minus for your speed. So if that's a must for you, then you may want to go for that one. But they don't have as many attachments, so make sure you kind of look at the attachments and see if you know certain ones you may or may not use. But if you've never used one of these before, you may want to go with something with more attachments because you don't know what you're going to want to use. Some of them that I thought, oh, I'll never use this one, I tried it out, or my wife tried it on me, and you know, I was like, oh, actually, it's not as bad as I thought. The cheaper ones come with less attachments. They don't go as many as the high speeds, so I think some of them max out at 15 or 20. So that may be enough for you, but you may eventually one day want to move up to that 30 speed, and if you don't have the option, obviously you wouldn't be able to do that. So definitely just kind of look at what's most important to you. Also, like I said, who knows? If you spend 80, maybe it's not as good built, maybe it's not rubberized, maybe it's heavier, maybe it's louder. I don't really know all the differences, but I'm happy with this one. It does last very long. It doesn't seem like it takes very long to charge. I didn't time it, but it didn't seem like it took long for it to charge to get this 90 minutes of usage here. So I think overall, it's a great purchase. If you're someone who definitely needs to massage your muscles, or maybe you have a significant other that you like to get massages from, but maybe their hands hurt all the time, this would be a little bit easier on them. My wife did say, although it was harder for her to hold and manage a little bit, it's better than her hands kind of cramping up and hurting from giving massages. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to mention is that with these pieces, I do think maybe as a new design, a version 2 or 3 or whatever they're at for this, I think they maybe could implement this, but again, they may have made it this way for a particular reason. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a massage therapist, so I don't know, I could be wrong. But these ends are all hard plastic except for this sponge ball here. So my wife and I did prefer, in most cases, this sponge ball, but it's meant for certain muscle groups, whereas this is meant for another muscle group, so you're not supposed to use this everywhere. But this sponge ball is a little bit softer, a little bit easier on some of your muscles, or when you hit some of your bony areas. This was a little more forgiving than all these plastic pieces. So if they could make these like a silicone or some kind of a rubber, I think that might be a little bit easier on some people. Now again, that could be other people may not experience that. Maybe my muscles feel different than your muscles, or maybe my skin's a little bit different to what yours would be. So that could be different for every person. But I also think if they could manufacture these in a rubber or a silicone, it might just be better to last longer, easier to clean, things like that. So maybe they can, maybe they can't, but I think that that would be a good improvement. Now again, everything is my personal opinion. This is just how I feel. I may be wrong, I may be right, who knows, but I think overall it's definitely a great product. If you need to get something for massages, definitely look into one of these massage guns. There's a lot of options out there. Just make sure you do your research, read your reviews, and go from there. Alright guys, well that is going to end the review on the Fitpulse massage gun. You can find it on Amazon. I will leave the link in the description down below. I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope it can help make someone make a decision on this product. I hope everybody out there is staying safe and staying healthy. I know we're still in some weird times right now, but as long as everyone's staying safe and healthy, that's all I can ask for. If you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, please give it a big thumbs up. If there's anything I left out, I'll leave it down in the description down below. You can also find the link to the product there as well. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. Please make sure to share this video across any social media platform that you like. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure to ring that bell so you get notified of any new videos to come out. Go ahead and use the links on the screen to find the previous videos. Alright guys, and until next time, stay nerdy.